Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we'll dive into the world of React hooks, which are essential for functional components and make the React code more powerful and readable. Here we got our same React project on the left side using whaat and our project running on the right side in our browser. Now let's jump into the video. So now we got question of what are React hooks. React hooks are JavaScript functions that enable you to use state and other React features without writing a class component. You know that we got two types of component, which is this class component that we can have, which was the base component type before functional component, which has some features like states, lifecycle methods, and context. But now when we're going to use our functional component, we don't have those built-in features in functions, but by using hooks, we can access them and use them in our functional components too. Because before hooks, states and lifecycle methods were only available in class components. But now, functional components can do everything that class components can, and this is going to make React more efficient and readable. So now we're going to have several types of hooks, which if you come here into React's original website, which is this react.dev, and here in the reference, you got this hooks part that you can see right here, which these are the hooks that we can use in our functional components. But in this video, we're not going to go through all of these hooks. We're only going to check two of most common hooks that we use in React applications, so you know how to use hooks. If you have not watched our JSX part and JSX course, which actually is part of this React course itself, we have part there explaining how to import hooks there. So it's so better to you to first watch that video and then come into this part. We have covered one of the most used hooks in React, which was our useState, which you know we're going to use that by simply having this useState right here, which imports automatically if you enable that option, which is going to import this useState from React. And then for using this, of course, we're going to have this kind of creating our state, which here we have our state function to change the state, and the base value, let's say the base value is going to be this string of base. And you know, here we can have our buttons to, let's say, this change, and we're going to have our onClick, which we have talked about in our event handling parts. And here, let's say we want to change the state and set state to the second value. And of course, we're going to print our state here too. So this is the way our state is going to work, and by clicking on this change, it's going to change to second. And just as same as this use state one that we have right here, we got other hooks. For example, we have the useEffect that you can use, which we're going to completely talk about this in the next part of the course. And this is the way that you use. You got your base function with the return that you can use, and this useEffect allows you to perform side effects in your functional components like fetching data, updating the DOM, or setting up a subscription. For example, let's say here we got again our use states right here, which let's say we got the name of count for this. And here in the useEffect, we're going to have this function right here, and we want this console log of our count, of course. And here again, we're going to pass this count. We're going to cover all of these items in the next part, but now for a simple example, I'm going to show summary of how this is going to work. So after these item, and here let's say we got our fragment here, and then of course our count to be displayed right here. And let's create actually our count as a number that you can see. We got our useEffect to run this by this console log. You can see if we comment this out, if we refresh, nothing happens. But if we have this, this is going to run again. And basically, when we put in count right here, our useEffect is going to run whenever our count is changed. So if we have, for example, again, this button of +1, for example, and we got this onClick, which we're going to use again our inline arrow function here. which here we're going to have this set count to have this count plus 1 here. And now you can see if we change anything, if our count state is going to change, our useEffect is going to run based on this. So this is going to change and console log the value for us. But pay attention, we're going to have use context for managing global states, use ref for accessing DOM elements directly, and other things. But we got some rules of hooks that we should pay attention to them. The first one is going to be, we're going to call the hooks at the top levels. So we don't want to call the hooks inside of the loops, conditions, or nested functions. So we're going to use that here inside of our function app. But pay attention, when I tell you to use in the top level, I don't mean to use this here at this level. We should use and call hooks only from React functions, as you can see right here. And these rules help React keep track of hooks, state consistently, and avoid unexpected behavior. Now that you understand React hooks, you can write more efficient and cleaner React applications. And in the next video, we'll dive into the useEffect hook that you saw some examples of that in this video, and we'll explore side effects in more depth. So don't forget to subscribe to catch that video, and if this video was helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more React tutorials.